Sprinkler systems for lawns, irrigation, landscaping, etc., trees, shrubs, grasses. Question: when putting a zone in, say a hypothetical, say one has, say, 4 zone system in the lawn, so which means there should be 4 valves, normally speaking, and 4 valves, etc. The heads, whether that be now 2 or 3 zones can be in the lawn, 1 zone could be in the natural area, etc. But when putting these heads together for putting the fittings together for the heads to connect the sprinkler heads, whether that be an oscillating head, whether that be a pop-up head, that's irrelevant. Question here is, as we entertained earlier, the PVC would come in on each side. There would be a 3/4 pipe here, so a 3/4 thread here, a polyel here that goes into a piece of funny pipe. Now, on the other end of the funny pipe, there would be another polyel, whether it be a gray one or a black one. Normally, the gray, and color really has nothing to do with it, but size does. It's a 3/4 thread. Now, this would be used on the other end if it were an oscillating head. If it were a pop-up head, one could still use this to tie into the T. So, and then use a 1/2 inch to go in here. But the topic of this conversation here, now we see a fitting, when we terminate one zone, sometimes it's terminated on 2 ends. Say one zone comes out, it tees out. We have, say, if we have 4 heads, we should have 4 configurations like this right here. Again, let me reiterate. If we have four heads, we should have 4 configurations, something along this line. Okay, these go on to the pipes, feed attached to the zone somewhere with another T that's a 1x1x1. If it's 1 inch, which normally speaking residential may be. But when we get to the very end of the line, whether it be on this end and this end, question: should we use a configuration like this? Put a piece of PVC pipe in the end with an end cap on it. So that means we have 1, 2, 3 fittings. So we have several different places that it could leak. And it can get pricey. So the solution to this on the end, this is not in the middle. These would be used in the middle of the zone. Say if we had a pipe running down through here horizontally like this, and we had, say, 4 heads, we could have, say, 2 of these in here. But now the solution and the more practical way is to use a fitting something of this sort. So this would be a 1 inch here, the PVC. So this would be like an end cap. Now the funny pipe would connect right here. So as you can see, this is going to be the end of the zone. So sometimes there's 2 ends, one on one end and one on the other. So you could use this instead of this, a piece of PVC pipe and an end cap, and then do it this way. Now, if you do not have this, this is fine. But this is a much faster, quicker, and you can expedite your install with this. In addition to this, you have maybe one area that could leak around, or it could leak here, but I mean where the PVC or the PVC glue goes. And if you ever need to change it, you come in here, make a clean snip here, and just put another one on. And so you can add 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot of funny pipe, however many feet you need. So this is just a lot simpler, this fitting here, for one end or the other end. Now in the middle where you have the heads in the middle, you're not going to be able to use this head. So this would be used in the middle where you had heads. So if you had 4 heads, you would have 2 configurations like this, 1, 2. Then you would have a head on the end and another head on this end. So you could use this on one end and you could turn around and use this on the other end, and it would save you from putting a piece of PVC pipe in here and then putting an end cap on here and doing it this way. And it's just, it expedites the thing, and it's just cleaner, neater, etc. Then if you ever needed to change this or something, you could just come in here and make a clean snip and put another one of these, glue another one of these on, and you say, well, I'm backed up a little bit on the PVC. No problem. So just add a little bit more funny pipe. So it's that easy. So again, let's reiterate. If we have a 4-zone system, we'll just take one zone out of the 4. Say we had 4 heads on this particular zone. We come down the line, the PVC pipe is running horizontally like this. So somewhere in space, my opinion is if heads are spaced out equally, they look good. It's not, sometimes it helps water the lawn, you get more coverage, but it just simply makes a system look professional versus coming in here and you've got one head throwing one way, another head throwing in the street, one head's 5 feet apart, another one's 10 feet. If they water, yeah, they water, but, and I like to start, when I install a system, I like to start zone 1 in the front, zone 2, 3, 4, in chronological order, so that when the system comes on, it just looks neat. 1, 2, 3. Zone 1 doesn't come on, and then zone 2 in the backyard doesn't come on. The natural area 3, it's 1, 2, 3, and so it just has a pretty and organized look to it. So again, getting back to the point at hand, if we do this, if we have 4 heads, we have one of these, 2 of these, one spaced out. This feeds one head. And then on the end of the pipe, we would have one end over on this side, one end on this side. We could use this, glue this on, put the PVC glue. My opinion is I like the clear, the heavy duty clear. I'm not a big fan of the glue with the cleaner in it. It's not to say I'm right, it's not to say I'm wrong. It's just my personal choice, but each individual has to do what they don't. I don't diss on anybody else's methods. Their method, they may have good success and it may be great. So, and that's fine. But my personal opinion is the clear glue, the heavy duty clear, seems to work well under pressurized situations. In this, if it was non-pressurized, I don't think it would really matter. But so notwithstanding, we would have 2 of these, one on one end, one on the other end. That would save from putting another T, putting a piece of PVC pipe, putting an end cap on it, because you've got to cap the thing off. If it's not capped off, it's not going to build pressure and your sprinkler system's going to leak. So this end fitting here, put your funny pipe here, funny pipe is here, this would go here, it would go to feed your head, whether your head sits over here, whether your head sits over here. And this will, it's fast, it's neat, and it just simply is, my opinion, much easier and to install and quicker. And moreover, a box of these, one would have to check the price. My inclination is this may be less expensive than this configuration here, but it's probably only a few cents different. So, so anyway, I hope this helps. And when installing a lawn sprinkler system on the end of the line, how to terminate it on the end of the line. So sometimes there's no right and wrong, but there's sometimes just an easier, cleaner method to do it. But it's not to say one's right, one's wrong, but this is how I've done it many, many times. And I've done it this way many, many times. But this is much faster, much cleaner, much easier to me. So each individual has to do this themselves and figure out, it's kind of a subjective thing. So I hope this helps, and thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.